Everybody, today I'm going to show you how I make my bias stems. My favorite method for making bias stems is to use bias bars. This one is about 1/4 inch, and so I really like this size or smaller. And I like bias stems because the seam that you make kind of gives the stem a little bit of puff. So I'm going to show you what I do. First, I start with a strip of fabric cut on the bias. A good rule of thumb is to cut your strip about 4 times the width of what you actually want your bias stem to be. So if you're making a 1/4 inch bias stem, you probably want to cut a 1 inch strip. And once you have that done, you just fold this in half and sew with your, you want to sew a seam that's a 1/4 inch from the folded edge. So I'm just going to take off and do that. You guys don't really need to see all of this, so I will pause this and I will get to the next step. Okay, so now I have my nice bias fabric sewn with a 1/4 inch seam, and the next step is to take your scissors and you want to cut really close to this. As a matter of fact, you can get pretty darn close to that and it will still work out great when you put your bias bar in. So I'm just going to cut super close to those stitches all the way down the length. And this is also a part you don't really need to see me do, so I'll see you at the next step. Okay, so this is the last step, and for this step I'm going to use my iron that has steam. I mentioned in the last post on this that I keep an iron without water in it so I don't burn my fingers when I'm doing the applique, and then I have my iron for pressing fabric. So here we go. This is what we do. From here, you just take your bias bar and you put it, insert it into this little tube that you made, and then you take your fingers, just ever so gently rotate this seam onto the back side, and then I like to use just steam. I don't use starch or anything, and I just steam that into place. So I'm just going to rotate everything over and press. You want to be a little bit careful about not having the unfinished edges popping off the side. That's why narrow stems are a little trickier, but I'm just gonna, I don't know how well you all saw that, but anyway, and then when you're done pressing your stem, you just pull the bias bar out. It can be a little hot, so be careful, and there you go. You have a nice tube of fabric all ready to applique on for a vine or any other cute thing you want to make with your applique. So that's stems. Next week, let's do circles, and then after that, we'll do some petals and some basting. Thanks. Bye.